Good morning, champions. Hope you're having a great day. Today is Friday. We all look forward to Friday because on the weekend we don't have to do our any AMI packets and we can enjoy the day without having to log on and watch these videos and have a little more relaxing time. Anyway, let's get to it. These are pretty easy. They're all review. You've done problems like these probably since you were in about third or fourth grade. They're just great review problems, and if you'll pay attention, you only need to pick three of these. There's five, A, B, C, D, and E. Please only pick three unless you just want the extra work. These are a lot of these are equal share problems, or they're trying to get you to find the total. So I would suggest multiplication and division with most of these. Okay, so let's go to the first one. It says, well, at the first it says pick three of the following, justify your answer. So if you notice, there's a sentence stem on each one of these that you can use to explain your answer. The first one is hippos sometimes get to eat pumpkins as a special treat. If three hippos eat five pumpkins, how many pumpkins did each hippo eat? All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a sample problem for each one of these just so you can know how to solve these without me giving you the answers to each one of these. So we're going to say if four hippos eat 10 pumpkins, how many pumpkins did each hippo eat? Make sure these are color coded correctly. All right, so if I want to do this problem, there's two ways I can do it. I can either use some multiplication, and I can say if there's four hippos and they each eat and they eat five pumpkins, how many pumpkins did each one eat? Well, there's 10 pumpkins and there's four hippos, so we're just going to divide 10 divided by 4, and that should tell us how much each one ate. Let's pull my calculator up. 10 divided by 4, we're going to get a decimal. So each hippo ate 2.5. So well, up here you could say each hippo ate 2.5 pumpkins. I know this because I divided 10 pumpkins by 4 hippos and got 2.5. And that's all you got to write. So that would be an explanation for that one. All right, let's go down to the next one. Okay, letter B. Lindy made 24 jelly bread sandwiches with a 16-ounce jar of jelly. How many ounces of jelly is used for each sandwich? All right, so instead of 24, how about we do Lindy made, let's make sure our color's correct. Lindy made, let's say she made 16 jelly bread sandwiches with an 8-ounce jar of jelly. So we want to know how many ounces is she using for each one? All right. Well, notice we're wanting to know how many ounces of jelly is used for each sandwich. So we're going to have to divide 8 divided by how many jelly sandwiches she made. What does that look like? Oh my goodness, I just noticed that looks like 1/2. So isn't that also equal to 0.5? All these are the same, they're all equivalent. So that means when I go down here, I can simply say, and let me show you with my calculator too. 8 divided by 16. We get a half. So that means that she used a half ounce for every jelly sandwich if she made 16 jelly bread sandwiches. Accidentally typed out of my box. Okay, so we can use our sentence stem here, and she could say, you could say 1/2 or 0.5 ounces were used for each sandwich. That says sentence, but it should say sandwich. Somebody forgot to proofread that. I'm not gonna say I know this because I think you can do that part. You can use this one up here. You could say I know this because I divided 8 divided by 16 and got a half. I'll let you do that each time. Okay, here's the next one. Let's make sure we switch our color to green. Draw out our box here. Okay, so the third one says Purslane, I guess that's the name. Purslane bought 350 rolls of toilet paper for the whole year. How many rolls of toilet paper? How many rolls of toilet paper per month is that? All right. Well, first you're gonna have to know how many how many months are in a year. So, how many months are in a year? There are 12 months in a year. Okay, so if I want to know how many rolls of toilet paper she used, instead of 350, I'm going to say 250. So Purslane bought 250 rolls of toilet paper for the whole year. Okay, so I want to use this information to answer the question, how many rolls of toilet paper is that per month? So how do I do that? 250 divided by 12, and that tells us that we use, and let's just round up, we can round up to 20.9, or you could really even round up you could probably even round up to 21 if you're rounding to the nearest whole number. I'm going to keep it with a decimal, and let's just say this equals 20.83, and if we're rounding, 20.9 rolls per month. So out of all 250 that were bought for the entire year, 20.9 rolls will be used per month. So if I want to go down here to my sentence stem, I can use my sentence stem and say 20.9, and see I'm looking at my sentence stem right here under C, 20.9 rolls of toilet paper per month. I mean, I know this because I divided how much toilet paper we had, divided by how many months are in a year, and that told me how many rolls would be used per month. That's how you could explain that. All right, we've got 2 left, and I'll tell you what, I'm gonna do D, and I want you to see if you can figure out E on your own, because I'm giving you 3 examples that are identical with different numbers. So if you decide to do E, try to do it on your own. I think you'll find it's not terribly difficult. All right, on the next one. D. In the world's longest running experiment, scientists have tried to capture images of tar pitch dripping. In the past 86 years, 9 drops have formed. How many drops per year is that? All right, so we have 9 drops in 86 years. So let's say instead it is, hang on just, okay. So let's say 75 years, and let's say instead of 9 drops, let's say it's 5 drops. Okay, so if I want to know how many drops per year, I would have to divide 75, I'm sorry, I would have to divide 5 because we want to know the drops per year. Oh no, I'm sorry. We want to know how many years per drop, so we do divide 75 because remember we're doing Like 75 is the years per drop. So this is years. Division sign is per. The number 5 is the drops. So if we do that, 75 divided by 5, 15 years per one drop. Okay? Or you could just say 15. You could say 15 years per drop. Either way. So then you could go down here and say 15 years per drop. I know this because. Now on letter E, I want you to do this one. I want you to try this one on your own. It says, imagine that 12 goats got into a dumpster behind a pizza parlor and ate 3 pizzas. How many goats per pizza? Remember, goats per pizza. Goats divided by pizza. Goats per pizza. It's like a ratio. Just think about it like that. Okay, I'm going to let you work on these. These are probably the easiest problems we've had all week. They're not terribly difficult. If you have any questions, though, please don't, uh, please reach out. Even though I'm saying they're easy, they may not be easy for everyone. So, some people might find these problems more challenging. If you find them more challenging, no big deal. Please reach out to me and just say, hey, Mr. Smith, I've done 2 of them. I'm having trouble with letter D. Or, hey, Mr. Smith, I did B and C, and I'm really having trouble with E. Um, I might, if you're having trouble with one, I might say go back and check another one that I have already done an example of. But I really think if you can do A, then you can do E. They're very similar. They're very, very similar. All right, champions. Hope you have a great weekend. Send me an email if you have any questions. Comment on the videos, and I look forward to hearing from you and seeing you on Snapchat. We'll see you soon. Bye.